Yes, people, welcome back to another video. And we have to talk about this talent because Rio Ngumoha is looking like Liverpool have a seriously special player on their hands because this guy is ready. I'm not saying he's ready to start, but this guy is showing all the qualities of what you want when you play at the highest level. I'm talking Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. When you're coming through the big natural, big names for clubs and you're coming through as a youngster, you want to see someone with bravery. You want to see someone with heart, a desire to make a mistake, a desire to make an impact, someone who's fearless. And that is what Rio is. I'm going to call him just Rio. He deserves the first name basis. Rio is fearless. This guy is only 16 years of age. He's 17 this month. He's learning to drive at the end of August. He's not even old enough to drive yet. And he's playing at Anfield in front of thousands of people, and he's getting the ball from the halfway line and driving and whipping it bottom bins. At 16, the guy has just finished school last year, and he's doing that in the Liverpool mighty red shirt. Let's respect it. Everyone knows that I'm a Man United fan. I've got nothing behind me. I'm doing a neutral thing. You've got to respect it. He's at Liverpool at 16 years of age at one of the biggest clubs in the country, if not the world. And he's playing like, I'm meant to be here now. I don't need to wait 3, 4, 5 years. I can play right now. That is the feeling you get when you watch this Rio kid. And I love it. Do you know what? There's nothing better than seeing young footballers come through the system, get opportunities in pre-season, and take their opportunities. Play like they know it's their last game. And that's what he tries to do. He goes out there, he enjoys himself, he plays with no fear, he wants to take on players, he wants to be dynamic, he wants to be energetic. And already you can see that he's a fan with the Liverpool players and the fans. He's a hit with them. They're enjoying it, they're embracing it. When he gets the ball, you're kind of standing up. What's going to happen? What's he going to do? And that's what you want in football. Of course, at the moment, we know football's gone tactical and, positions and the way you build up from the back and the possession based and all these sort of tactical tweaks and stuff. But sometimes just let a footballer be a footballer. Let a footballer ball out. Let them do what we enjoy in the game from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, 2010s. Let players just be players. Let them be expressive. Let them showcase what's got them to this level now. Let them showcase what they've done in youth. They've got their confidence, got their flair. Don't take away what is good in the player by trying to adapt them to the approach and take the fun out of the game. We saw that with a perfect example with Jack Grealish. We know what Jack Grealish was like at Aston Villa, driving with the ball, creating, being the main man in there. He went to City, and obviously, yeah, it's not worked out, but we saw that he tried to be changed quite a bit. And he only had about 6 months to 8 months where he looked like himself. Other than that, it's been a failure. But that's because the system and the way it worked, it took the main weapons out of Jack. Now, Arne Slot needs to keep the main weapons in Rio because Liverpool, you have a player on your hands. And at his age, when you think in 10 years' time, he will only be 26? Ooh, that's scary. That is scary because he's not even hit 18 yet. You know that serious development when you see wingers. Look at Sancho, look at Gittins, look at Marcus Rashford, look at Saka. And I'm talking about trademark English wingers, by the way, at the moment. There's probably Anthony Gordon. When you look at where they had their burst, it's always between that sort of age of 18 to 22. A lot of English wingers or even wingers in general, 18 to 22, they develop quite quick and you can see where their career is heading. I've always thought with defenders, it doesn't really matter. They can peak a bit later, 24 plus. Strikers can be 25 plus. When you look at wingers, normally with, highly thought of wingers, it's always between 18 and 22, 23. You see where they're heading, where they're at. And he's got 2 years before he even starts that development. He hasn't even played a season of men's football yet. But he is going to be a top player. And do you know what's mad as well? When you look at this Liverpool situation, this is where seriously I'm going to have to talk about this, is where I think they could become stuck. And I hope that Rio is not the one that suffers from the back of this. But when you look at Liverpool, right, and I do want to talk about their transfer window and where it's heading with Rio, you've got Cody Gakpo that can play on the left, right? Jota sadly not here no more. So I'm going to do it right. Jota sadly not here no more. RIP Jota. Diaz has left the football club. Darwin Núñez, we don't know what's happening with him. That's up in the air. So you've got Cody Gakpo that can play off the left. Got Florian Wirtz that could potentially play off the left if you want him to. Szoboszlai can play off the left if you want him to. Not their two preferred positions, right? Ekitike could maybe play off the left if you really want to, but he's not really one of them, right? So you've got Cody Gakpo is really your natural left winger. The second after that is actually Rio. So it tells me that I'm going to say this. Liverpool obviously want to sign Isak, right? Cool. But you need a natural winger because you've got Salah on this side and you've got Gakpo on that side. Harvey Elliott might stay, might go. He can deputise for Salah and stuff like that. Cool. But when you look at the depth, when you're playing 4 competitions and the quality, Luis Diaz for me is a big miss for Liverpool. I think they're going to miss him. I know he went because he wanted a bigger salary. He's 28. It's his last big contract. I get all that. But when you look at the profile Luis Diaz is for Liverpool, he's the natural winger. He's the one that can carry the ball far up the pitch. He's got that dribbling 1v1 ability. He's got the tenacity. He gets bums or seats in terms of his work rate. He relates with the fans and the passion. Salah does the goals and assists, and he gets a lot of plaudits for that. And then, yes, his creativity has got better. But when you look at Diaz as the natural winger, Diaz is the most natural winger at Liverpool. And now with no Jota, no Diaz, on that left-hand side, you've got Cody Gakpo, who I look at as more of the forward, cut inside, shoot, doesn't really create loads, if you know what I mean. He's more of like, wants to get on the end of things. They're going to miss that profile, Liverpool. They need to go out and get a winger, because if they don't, Rio's second in charge on that left-hand side for me right now. If Cody Gakpo gets injured, you're looking at Rio and thinking, you're starting a 16-year-old, and it could be amazing. It could be great. It could be the best thing that you see, like a young player like him, like where Theo Walcott come through, and you're starting at a football club at such a young age, and it's like, do you know what, wicked? Go and be you. And 1 in a million, it worked. Wayne Rooney come through very young. But we're talking about every 10 years, 10, 15 years, these things happening. Do you want him being that second left winger behind Gakpo, starting games, having that pressure when you go on for a title, when you're going for Champions League? He might be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm ready. I want to showcase what I want to do. But also at the same time, not playing a year in men's football, you don't want it to shatter his confidence. You don't want him to have a few bad games or pick up a bad injury and you're like, well, it's all gone wrong. I'm not saying it will, but these are the things you've got to think about. Because right now, Liverpool have not replaced Luis Diaz. They have not replaced their natural winger. And Rio is a natural winger. You look at him, he's got the 1v1 ability. He's got the drive to pick up the ball and drive from deep, as we saw. He can create. He can cross a ball. He can make passing IQs, little 1-2s, give and goes. He's got that he's got that natural flair about him. He knows how to play as a winger in England. You can see he's got that pace, the athleticism, the dynamicness, which you need to succeed. But there's a clause in there where you're like, how much do we develop him? To how much do we rush him? Do we keep him with the under-21s and stuff like that and let him develop and let everyone see what he's like in pre-season? Cool. Or no, we haven't got the squad depth for actually he's got to be part of the first team at 17 potentially now at the end of the month. So let's say 17. I don't know, because, you know, he's got a couple of goals already in pre-season, you know, got assists as well, a goal and assist today to talk about against Athletic Bilbao. And, you know, he's the bright spark. He's the one you were looking at in that first game, because obviously they played 2 games. Do you like, yeah, you're the one you're the one we're turning to. You're the one we're looking at. You're the one that crowds are getting up for and standing up when you've got the ball. And obviously within the first 5 minutes, you see why, a goal and assist. You know, he's standing up and being counted. He's playing like he's a man and he's been there a while. Obviously, there's parts of his game that are naturally going to have to improve. He's going to get better at, but you want that. Well, you don't want a perfect player at 16. You want someone that you can see improve, elevate, because that's what you want to see. His game improve, him get better and become a superstar, because that's what he potentially could be for Liverpool. A British winger superstar at Liverpool. You know, it's great having people from overseas and stuff like that in Europe, but it's great for England and Liverpool to have someone who's from this country that can come through the system and become a main hitter in that squad. It's crazy. Look at him, loving it. He's embracing it. That smile, beam of joy. You've got lots of that to come, Rio. You've got a lot of that to come, and just keep yourself grounded and enjoy your game and develop and improve and stay humble, because things can change quick, as we've seen with Jadon Sancho, for example, another South London winger. But if you stay focused, you're at a good club that have the right intentions, have the right qualities, that have the right board at the moment, that are doing things correctly, you can really, really go far, Rio. And I think Liverpool have a proper proper player on their hands. I love the pace. I love the directness, because if you get a winger running at you, you've either got to make a great tackle or you're fouling them. And it's simple as that. Make them make the decision. Run at them, drive at them, commit them. None of this tippy tap stuff and slowing it down and playing it back to your left back or right back. No, be fearless, because your confidence is what's going to put doubt in the opponent's mind and make them make a decision. But he's on the right path. He's on the right tracks. Arne Slot, I believe, is a very good, calculated coach. I think he's going to look after him and think about things correctly and make sure he develops right. But they are going to be in a position where, is he in the first team squad or is he not? Because they haven't replaced Luis Diaz, and he's the closest thing to the natural winger they have, the natural winger they have on that side in the squad, alongside obviously Cody Gakpo, who we look at as more short shooter and a volume player. So let's see what happens. But guys, Rio Ngumoha shining against Athletic Bilbao with a goal and assist. But it's not just that. It's his bright sparks over the preseason. He's really shown people what he's about, and he's just 16 years of age. Fearless. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Get me your comments in, Liverpool fans. I want to hear what your thoughts are about his development, what you think should happen with him, and we go from there. Bless up.